CNN, 31st of May 2023, former Canadian Conservative Party leader claims he was the victim of a Chinese disinformation effort during the most recent election. Using information from Canada's spy agency, Erin O'Toole, a former leader of the Conservative Party of Canada and a Canadian lawmaker born in Hong Kong, claimed they were the targets of China's misinformation and voter suppression campaigns during the 2021 election. According to O'Toole, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS, uncovered several threats against him last week. Each of these threats, he claimed, was made to undermine him, spreading false information about his plans and seriously impeding his work as a member of parliament and the head of the official opposition. O'Toole underlined that the claimed false material was spread before the 2021 general election, which resulted in the re-election of the Justin Trudeau-led Liberal Party government. O'Toole currently serves as a Member of Parliament. Jenny Kwan, a New Democrat Member of Parliament, claimed the previous day that CSIS had also notified her that she was and would continue to be a target in a foreign intervention campaign. "I will not be intimidated, I will not be hushed in any way, and whoever is attempting to put pressure on me in whatever way they are trying to do will not succeed," Kwan stated after the briefing. The lawmaker said she was targeted because she supported Uyghur Muslim minority issues in China and her human rights work in Hong Kong after Beijing imposed a national security law on the partially autonomous city. The allegations coincide with a period of growing unease in Canada regarding Chinese influence, including through the management of overseas police stations and the policing of speech in the nation, which has a sizable community of people with Chinese ancestry. Relations between the two countries have been deteriorating for years. Earlier this month, Canada expelled a Chinese diplomat with diplomatic credentials who was charged with participating in a harassment campaign against Michael Chong, a member of the Canadian opposition, and his family. China swiftly expelled a Canadian diplomat in retaliation. After Chong sponsored a resolution denouncing China's treatment of its Uyghur Muslim minority population, the reported harassment allegedly occurred. O'Toole stated on Tuesday that he thought Beijing was targeting him in retaliation for, among other things, opposing the deployment of Huawei technology in Canada's 5G network and denouncing human rights abuses there. O'Toole and Chong have also chastised Trudeau's administration for appearing to act on this intelligence. Later on Tuesday, Marco Mendicino, the Minister of Public Safety for Canada, stated that CSIS had been very proactive in engaging federal parliamentarians and that he had implemented changes to enhance the flow of intelligence. According to Mendicino, the government is setting up a foreign agent registration and appointing a national coordinator to combat foreign meddling. China has repeatedly refuted previous allegations of political meddling in Canada's political system. Following the most recent tit-for-tat embassy expulsions, Beijing accused the Canadian media and some politicians of fabricating false information. Relations between the two nations have deteriorated significantly in recent years, particularly after Beijing detained 2 Canadians in its country in retribution for Canada's arrest of a Chinese businesswoman, Meng Wanzhou, in 2018. This action was generally viewed as hostage diplomacy. The 2 men, former diplomat Michael Kovrig and businessman Michael Spavor, were freed on the same day that Meng was granted permission by Canada to travel back to China in 2021, despite Beijing's repeated denials that their cases were motivated by political revenge.